the dependence that we have on technology. It is actually frightening. So today I wanted to bring up a new technology that is already integrating into our lives, and we are becoming frighteningly dependent on this new technology. Every one of us, even those that don't believe in a higher power, they must be talking about this because it is truly frightening. And I'm talking about artificial intelligence, AI. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Now, what exactly is artificial intelligence and the pros and cons? That's a whole long topic. But to summarize in a nutshell, artificial intelligence is a relatively new field. It only dates back to almost 2 decades or a decade and a half, and it's only gained traction in the last few years in particular. And what artificial intelligence is us human beings programming processors to essentially think like us. So imagine in realistically 5-10 years, your child or even you having a partner that you can have conversations with, ask information of, find detailed analyses of your particular niche field, and that partner is imaginary. Imagine engaging in deep philosophical conversation, and this partner that you're having a talk with will be able to research as you are saying something and be able to amass thousands of books instantaneously. And as you ask a question about a totally new field, this partner of yours becomes a global expert. What's happening now is that we are allowing a program to program itself and learn as it continues. And this is uncharted territory. And this leads us to my next point, and that is what AI is doing. It is shifting power dynamics. Right now, power is in the hands of the governments, which is also bad. But at least it's a physical, tangible government, and you understand. With AI, power is going to go to multi-billion-dollar corporations that are operating in extreme privacy. AI is going to completely change power dynamics, and the real power will be in the hands of those who have access to all of that data. They will be far more powerful than any government. And when it comes to our Islamic religion in particular, there are a number of specific issues. We've already seen this a few months ago. Somebody attempted an AI Fatwa program. It was a disaster of the highest magnitude. You ask it a basic fiqh question and it'll give you something totally irrelevant. And so the guy himself had to apologize and say it was just a prototype. But here's the point. What does a prototype mean? It's only a matter of time. You will have Mufti Chat GPT, Mufti Saab, Mufti GPT. And I'm not even joking. This is where this is heading now, right? This is where this is heading, where you will ask your fatwa, your question, and you'll be able to input. I want the Hanafi response. I want this response, that response. And AI will be able to, and here's the scary point, 99% of the time probably, be accurate in giving you a response. We're heading there, and it's very soon. This is not in one generation. This is within a year or two. This is right now we are seeing this. So the whole globe is changing in this regard. And people who want to find problems with Islam, they're using AI for the wrong stuff as well when it comes to Islam. And again, I don't want to get too explicit here, but the main miracle we have is that our book cannot be reproduced. The AI is being done, and I know this from my friends and whatnot, it is being done to try to do something. What are you going to do in this regard, right? These are people that have complete, nefarious intentions, and they're using these types of technologies to try to bring doubts to Islam and the Muslims. Subhanallah. So we have now a very, very different world coming up. So bottom line, I know it's not exactly a purely Islamic thing, but here's my philosophy. We can't separate the deen from the dunya. Muslims have to be aware of this. It's going to impact us, and it is impacting us. And we as Muslims are disconnected from that reality completely. But my point to bring it up is just to remind us that we have to be cognizant. We're living in a very fragile world. We're living in a time and a place where within our lifetimes, and anybody above the age of 30, the technological change that had happened in your lifetime, it is exponentially at the speed of light. And now the first phones that came out, remember the Nokia that came out, right? The little brick that came out. Remember that back in the 90s? And then now look, we have more power on this phone than NASA did on its supercomputers when it went to the moon. We have more power on this phone than NASA did on the computers that fill this whole room, and they use them to go to the moon. We have more power here. We've already seen this in one generation. What is going to happen next? Allahu A'lam. We need to be very, very careful. Final point, which is truly terrifying. One of the biggest concerns that ethicists have about AI is that once you give AI that much power, AI will make choices that might be logical and rational, but completely unethical. Because AI is not interested in ethics. And some of those choices might even bring about types of destructions to human species.